Now, prohibition, this really had been an issue for decades in the United States. It's not something that just started in the 1920s, but it really came to a head in the 1920s. There was a lot of concern about the social problems caused by the abuse of alcohol, loss of work, domestic abuse, etc. There was quite a bit of anti-immigrant feelings towards Germans, particularly after World War I, and most of the breweries were German-owned. Prohibition was passed as a constitutional amendment. Now, it's important to know this is not a law. It is a constitutional amendment, and that happens very seldom. It was not simply creating a new law, it was actually changing the Constitution. This was and remains today an extremely difficult thing to do because you need Congress and three-quarters of the states to agree to this type of a change. Now, once prohibition was in place, people still wanted their alcohol. Absolutely, they did. Organized crime and gangs increased because they could make tremendous amounts of money from owning illegal bars. These were called speakeasies and selling alcohol. And after 10 years of prohibition, the country realized that making alcohol illegal did not dramatically decrease its consumption. People were still drinking, and it resulted in an increase of crime and illegal activity. So absolutely, you got people like Al Capone that made an absolute fortune in Chicago by selling alcohol. The 18th and 21st Amendments, the 18th Amendment was making alcohol illegal. The 21st Amendment was, oops, made a mistake. Now alcohol is legal and regulated. It was in place from 1920 all the way to 1933. By 1933, the sale of alcohol became legal again by the passing of the 21st Amendment. So that is prohibition, and when we talk about prohibition, it's the prohibition or specifically making alcohol illegal.